Alrighty, we are going to learn about dimensional analysis today. We're going to use dimensional analysis to convert measurements. The 10 Ready math reference sheet is located in your materials on our Google Classroom. Okay, so just keep that in mind. What we're looking to do is take a measurement, for instance, of inches. How many inches? I'm going from inches to feet. We are looking at being able to cancel measurements to get where we want to be. Okay? So, having said that, let's look at what we've got. Okay, so I'm going 2 inches. Okay, so I'm starting with 32.9 feet. Now I've got to make it a fraction, and since I don't have per something, I just have a 1 underneath there. Okay, so when we have per something, that will change. Okay, but for now, if I just have 32.9 feet, a 1 is the denominator, I'm going to multiply it so that I can get rid of it. So, in order to cross cancel, I've got to have the same thing in the numerator and the denominator. It's a cross cancel situation. So I'm going from feet to inches, and according to our conversion chart, we can do that. So feet in the numerator, feet in the denominator. So 1 foot in 12 inches. If I have the same word in the numerator and the denominator, then they cancel. And so now the only thing I have left is inches, which is what I was looking for. So now I know I'm done. We multiply across, and we're going to get 394.8. Now, I also multiply across the denominators, because when I multiply with fractions, you multiply the numerators, get an answer, multiply the denominators, get an answer, and then divide. Well, 1 times 1 is 1. 394.8 divided by 1 is still 394.8. So this is my final answer. Okay, so I am looking to be able to eliminate measurements to get to where I'm heading to. Okay, so let's look at number 4. Let's go down to number 4. How many minutes equal 5 days? Okay, well, I'm going from days to minutes. I am looking for minutes to be my final answer. So we always start with what we've got. 5 days. Okay, we just abbreviate here. I don't have a per, so it's a 1 as the denominator, times. Now, if I'm going from days, do I go straight from days to minutes? No. Days to how many hours are in a day, so I can go from days. Remember, days on top, days on the bottom, so that I can cancel them. So in one day, there are 24 hours. Okay? So basically, our measurements are either moving up or moving down by increment. Okay? So I can go from days to hours. I'm trying to get to minutes. Now, can I go from my days cancel? Okay, so days is gone. The word days is gone. I canceled it out. Okay. Now, can I go from hours to minutes? Well, yes, that's the next increment. So in 1 hour, remember, hour has to be in the denominator so I can cancel them out. In 1 hour, can I go to minutes now? Well, I certainly can. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. And what is the only measurement I have left? minutes, and that's what I was looking for. Okay, so once you have the word or words, you'll see in a second that I'm looking for, I know I'm finished. Okay, I was how many minutes? I'm at minutes. I stop. That's how you know where to stop. Now, again, I'm going to multiply this fraction, and again, 1 times 1 is 1 times 1 is 1. Dividing by 1 doesn't change the value of anything, so I don't need to write it. So when I multiply 5 times 24 times 60, I'm going to get 79,200 minutes. And you have to give me the measurement in your answer. Okay? Measurements belong in the answer. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, let's talk about number 6. 61 kilometers per hour. Oh, I've got a per now. Okay? Per hour to feet per minute. Okay. So I'm going from kilometers to feet. Okay. So when I'm done canceling out my measurements, I should wind up with that. Okay. Now I'm going from per hour to per minute. Okay. So now I've got a per. So what is my number? 61. 61 what? Kilometers. Over. Now is it going to be over 1? No, because I have a per. Per goes on the bottom. So per hour. So 1 hour. Okay. Now I'm going to be looking to cancel out those kilometers. You must have a habit here to help you. Okay. My habit is to always get rid of the top word first and then work on the bottom. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of kilometers first. Okay. So on our conversion chart, we can go from kilometers to miles. That's going to change our metric to the US measurement. We want to do that first. So where does kilometer have to be? Well, it's in the numerator here, therefore it has to be in the denominator here. Keeping in mind I need it to be a 1, so in 1 kilometer I have 0.62 miles. Okay, now I'm getting rid of my kilometers, one in the numerator, one in the denominator, cancels the word. Okay, and now I have 62, I'm sorry, 0.62, definitely two different numbers. Okay, now am I where I want to be yet? No, kilometers is gone, but I still haven't gotten to feet yet. So can I go from miles to feet? According to our reference sheet, we can. 5,820 feet in 1 mile. Okay? In order to be able to cancel our words, we also have to have a 1 in front of it. Okay? If there's a number here, it doesn't work the same way. So 1 kilometer, so I can cancel my kilometers. 1 mile, miles in the numerator, miles in the denominator, I can cancel that. So make sure you've got ones in front of those as you cancel them. Now I'm trying to get to feet. Did I get there? I certainly did. Okay, but I need to get from hours to minutes. I still have hour down here, so let's deal with the time now. I usually deal with distance first, and then I deal with the time. Okay, it's a habit. Create good math habits, it'll be good for you. Okay, now I'm going from hours to minutes. Can I go straight from hours to minutes? Well, yeah, because in 1 hour there is 60 minutes. Okay, so now my hours will cancel because it started in the denominator, right? But I put 1 hour in the numerator so that I can cancel those. Okay, so numerator's got to have a 1 in front of it to cancel the words. Okay, here we go. minutes or less. And minutes where I'm trying to get to. Okay. Now, as a reminder, when we multiply with fractions, now this time, am I just going to have 1 in the denominator? No. 1 times 1 is 1, times 1 is 1, times 60 is 60. So I'm going to divide by something this time, okay? So I'm going to divide by the 60. I'm going to multiply all the way across here, and that should be 199,689.6. I'm going to divide that by 60, and when we do, we're going to get 3,328.16. Now, how do I write my measurement? What's on top goes first. What's on the bottom goes second. Okay? So this is our final answer. Feet per minute, which is what I was looking for. Okay? So now, you need to try one. When the cheetah was chasing its prey, he was running 30 miles per hour. What is his speed in inches per second? And that should have an S on it. I apologize. It's prey. Okay? Not it prey. It's prey, no apostrophe. Okay, so what am I starting with? Miles. And where am I going to? Inches. Okay? I'm starting with how fast? Time-wise, hour, and what am I going to? Seconds. Okay? I want you to pause the video here, work to get your answer, and then check it with mine. Pause your video. Okay, hopefully you got this. 30 miles per 1 hour. Get rid of distance first. Can I go straight from miles to inches? No. What's our next increment? And I'm going down from miles to inches. So miles, what's my next measurement down? Feet. Or my next measurement less than miles is another way to look at it. Probably more appropriately to look at it that way. So miles, where does miles have to go? Well, I've got miles in the numerator, therefore miles have to go in the denominator. So for 1 mile, I've got 5,280 feet. Okay? Now, miles are gone. Am I there yet? No, because I'm trying to get to inches. So I got to keep going. Can I go from feet to inches? Absolutely. Remember, it's got to be a 1. So 1 foot, so now my feet cancel, has how many inches in it? 12 inches. Okay? So, where I want to be distance-wise, now let's talk about time. I'm going from hours to seconds. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's what I do know. That hours in the numerator, hours in the denominator cancel. So if this started in the denominator, 1 hour has to go in the numerator to cancel my hours. Can I go straight from hours to seconds? You can if you know what that is. But for here and for notes, I want you to one increment at a time. So in 1 hour, we have 60 minutes. Okay? Now I got to get rid of minutes. Can I go from minutes to seconds and get there? Most definitely. In 1 minute, and now I can cancel my minutes because minutes was in the denominator. I put minutes in the numerator and it has a 1 in front of it. So in 1 minute, I have 60 seconds. Now, am I at the time I need to be? Now I am. Okay? We multiply the numerator and get an answer, and then we multiply the denominator and get an answer. So, 1,900,000 800 divided by 60 times 60, 3,600. Okay? And then when you simplify that or divide it, either way you want it, you can type in your calculator as a fraction and it will simplify it for you. Or you can type it in as division and we get 528. What's on top goes first, inches per second. And that should have been your final answer. Okay? Now, let's turn to the back because now you have multiple choice and I need you to know how, okay, how are we going to determine what the correct answer is. We are going to look at number 6 together. Get this to act right. I'm sorry, number 6. Number 3, I don't know. We're going to look at number 3. A snake travels 4 inches per second. I'm going from inches to what? How would you convert this speed to feet? So I'm going from inches to feet, and then I'm going, what's my time? Seconds to minutes. Okay. Using our conversion factors. Okay, here we go. In multiple choice, what you're looking to do is cancel the words because the measurements that are there are correct. Let me say that again. You are not checking measurements. The measurements are correct. What you're looking for is, can I cancel the measurements? Okay, so here we go. In A, if inches are on the top, inches have to be on the bottom. Is that correct? Can you cancel inches? You can cancel seconds, but you can't cancel the inches. So A cannot be the answer. All right, inches. I've got inches and inches. But it's 4 inches and 12, and the seconds don't. Do the seconds cancel? No, they can't. They're both denominators, so that's not good. And this is not a 1. Neither one of those are 1, so that can't work. Okay, let's look at C. Inches, do they cancel? Because remember, I'm trying to get to feet. So feet is what I have left. Okay. My seconds, my time does cancel. My seconds cancel. And what do I have left? Minutes. So C is your answer. Okay. The multiple choice is a little more thought-provoking because you really have to think it through. Okay. So make sure that you do think it through and make sure that you get those correct answers. Okay. So I'm going to write your homework at the top. This is the expectation. Here's your homework. Your homework is 2, 3, 5, 7. Okay, let's turn it over because I want you to finish this. 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay. This is the front. This is the back. Okay? So this is what I want you to do for homework. Along with that, we are going to get answers out of our textbook. So page 22, 13 through 18. And that's just 5 problems there. Okay? So this is the homework continued over here. It's not really your name. Okay? So homework. Finish the worksheet, front and back, and then in your textbook, do page 22, 13 through 18. Okay? Remember, it's all an attempt. If you're a DL, make sure that you turn that in by this evening. It is due tonight. The rest of you can turn it in to me upon your return to school.